Hi, I'm Wendy Gregory and this is my YouTube channel, The Wendy House. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the warning signs that you're dating a narcissist. Now, usually we're not aware that this is happening until quite a way down the line. We may have been in the relationship for months or even years before we realise. By then, we're very emotionally involved and invested, and it may feel just too difficult to confront. Far better then to be able to spot the signs from the very start. Life about a narcissist really is all about them. While some of us have narcissistic traits, and most of us may be a little bit selfish and try to get our needs met, a narcissist is so damaged that they really can't see anything from anyone else's perspective but their own. So how do you know if you're dating a narcissist? The first sign is that there's too much too soon. The relationship is likely to start off very intense. They may shower you with expensive gifts, take you to expensive places, shower you with attention, bombard you with phone calls, and generally make you feel like a princess. But beware, it really isn't what it seems, but a carefully staged performance designed to woo you. Sadly, this isn't even about you. The narcissist is fond of making grand gestures because they love the idea of being seen to be generous. A little further down the line, they'll remind you, saying things like, "I've done so much for you, you're so ungrateful." Another sign is that the chemistry between you is on fire. Narcissists are, without fail, extremely charming and charismatic. You'll feel irresistibly drawn to them. You might even believe that you've met your soulmate. They'll shower you with compliments, they might say they're in love with you very early on. But again, it isn't what it seems. When a narcissist says, "I love you," they mean they love the way they feel when they see themselves through your admiring eyes. They also love the power they have to manipulate your feelings. Another sign is that this person seems too good to be true, and that's because it isn't true. They'll convince you that they're wealthy, they have an amazing job, they'll tell you about their famous or powerful contacts. Quite often though, these things really don't just add up. So for example, you might find that in spite of their affluence, they're living in a shabby one-bedroom flat in a rundown area. If you confront them about it, however, they'll come up with a very convincing reason. The narcissist suffers from delusions of grandeur, and they are always pathological liars. They quite often even start to believe their own lies. Another sign is that narcissists will have an extraordinary backstory. In spite of all outward appearances, narcissists don't like themselves. When they look in the mirror, or more accurately look inside themselves, they don't like what they see. In fact, they find it so unacceptable that they invent a different self, a false persona who's the person that they wish they were. They reinvent their past and they'll ply you with stories sometimes of childhood abuse and tragedy, or alternatively with tales of a perfect fairy tale upbringing. Narcissists can't accept any form of criticism. So whilst they have no problem at all dishing out complaints, and in fact they seem to find fault with just about everyone else, they're hypersensitive themselves to criticism. And even the mildest suggestion that they might have made a mistake or they might have some flaws is likely to result in a range of adverse reactions. They might explode in fury, or alternatively they might withdraw and become sulky and silent. Most narcissists are very adept at turning the criticism around and blaming you. And that can be so subtle that you don't realise it's happening, and you may well find yourself apologising. It's only afterwards you wonder to yourself how that came about. Another sign is that a narcissist shuts you down if you disagree with them. They'll take disagreement very personally as a form of criticism, and they may become angry or just simply refuse to engage in the discussion, saying something like, "Well, we'll have to just agree to disagree, won't we?" Now that can leave you feeling increasingly frustrated, as you can never drive a point home or even get your point of view heard. Another sign is that you always end up doing what the narcissist wants. And again, that happens very subtly, and you probably won't notice it straight away. After a month or two together, you might start to wonder why you always go to his choice of restaurant and never yours. Even on your birthday, he'll take you to somewhere that he has always wanted to go to. You start to feel quite bad about yourself, and it won't be long until your narcissist starts to find fault with you. They'll blame you for everything that goes wrong, big or small, and you start to find yourself apologising more and more for things that really aren't your fault at all. So if you recognise these signs, what can you do if you think you are dating a narcissist? In short, run for cover. This is a tough one, but narcissists rarely change, and the only real possibility of this happening is for them to recognise that they have a problem and seek therapy, and that's rare. Most therapists actually won't take on a narcissist because they tend to be very resistant to change. They tend to look down on the therapist and try to manipulate them as well. However, all isn't lost. If you believe you're in any type of damaging or abusive relationship, please seek professional help. An experienced therapist, and especially one that's had a relationship with a narcissist, can assist you in identifying unhelpful patterns, suggest ways of avoiding such unhealthy entanglements in the future. I really hope that this has been helpful for you. If it has, then please feel free to share it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Wendy House. If you'd like to see a transcript of this, go on to Cosmo Online and look for my article. It's called 8 Signs to Spot You're Dating a Narcissist. Also, you can post comments on my Facebook page, The Wendy House, and please keep an eye out for my other videos. I'm going to record a whole series of these. So I wish you all the best, really good luck, and you take care of yourself.